Greetings everyone, and I hope you're all fit and well out there in collecting land. And welcome back to the channel for another 1/6 scale figure unboxing and review. And today we're going to be taking a deep dive into Caustic Plastic's take on the epically incompetent Inspector Jacques Clouseau of the Sûreté, aka Peter Sellers, as he appears in the Pink Panther series of movies. The review will take the usual format. We'll have a quick look at the box, then it'll be down onto the table to look at all the accessories that come with the figure, then it will be out with the incompetent inspector himself for an up-close look, and then we'll be wrapping the whole thing up with the usual showcase at the end. But as always, before we get into it, a bit of background. Clouseau was the brainchild of writer-director Blake Edwards and given life by Peter Sellers for the first time way back in the 1963 movie The Pink Panther. Sellers went on to play the car-crash French policeman in no less than 5 sequels over the next 15 years. It's fair to say Clouseau's disastrous detecting was an integral part of my childhood, and in my opinion still stands today as probably one of the funniest characters ever to be committed to celluloid. So when Caustic Plastic announced that they'd be doing a 6-scale take on the Master of Disguise about 2 years ago, well, fair to say it was a marriage made in heaven for me. One of my favourite comedy characters of all time, from one of my favourite 1/6 scale figure manufacturers of all time. So, pun intended, a complete no-brainer. But that's enough of my gendarmerie-related ramblings. Let's take a look at this box. Now, it's pretty much the, let's stop it from spinning first. It's pretty much the kind of quality that we've come to expect from Caustic Plastic. Very nice, high quality cardboard. It's a shoebox design, as we normally see from Caustic Plastic. Relatively simple and straightforward design. What you've got on the front here is this artist rendition of Clouseau himself with the magnifying glass and the hat and the coat. In the bottom right hand corner it says Peter Sellers, 1/6 scale collectible figure. Got a couple of Panther paw prints up the right hand side there, and deluxe edition in the top left hand corner. Probably worth noting at this point, I believe there were 3 editions of this particular figure from KP. There was a standard edition, which was pretty much just Clouseau with the suit, with the overcoat, with the hat. Then there was the deluxe edition, which is this one, which was the same as the standard, but came with a gendarmerie outfit. That's a specific reference to a specific Pink Panther film, which we'll talk about later on. And then I believe there was an exclusive edition, which came with 2 separate figures. You had Clouseau in his sort of overcoat, hat, outfit, and also a separate figure with the police officer outfit as well. So yeah, three figures in total. This is the deluxe edition, so it comes with what we just talked about, this outfit and the police officer outfit as well. So you hence having deluxe edition in the top left hand corner there. So let's spin this round, take a look at the sides here. Relatively simple. This pink motif is continued for obvious reasons around onto the sides as well. Once again, it says Peter Sellers in that black lettering. You've got the bomb running away, the black paw prints, deluxe edition. Caustic Plastic's symbol logo in the bottom there, infinite statue in the top left. I believe that's repeated around this side. Yes, it is, but deluxe edition this time. And around the back, you've got your usual warnings, your usual credits. There's some white paw prints, Peter Sellers in pink, deluxe edition. All the credits at the bottom there, and as I say, usual warnings here. Don't piss this figure off, or you may find yourself clutching a berm. So yeah, that's the box. So this isn't a new figure to me. Had it since it was released, so it's been out of the box. But what we'll do next is what we always do, is we will dive down onto the table and have a look at all the accessories that come with Clouseau himself. Okay, so it's table time for all the accessories, and there's a hell of a lot to go at here, as you can see. Caustic Plastic most certainly have not skimped, so we will start with the hands. There are 7 pairs of hands in total. That's a total of 14 hands, which is amazing in itself. There's a pair of gloved hands already on the figure. We won't take a look at those, but we'll take a look at the ones that are left over. And you have all manner here of gloved and ungloved hands. We'll just grab a couple at random and take a look at the quality. We'll grab this one. We'll get it into camera and see what we're dealing with here. So yeah, sculpt looks pretty good. Paint applications are nice. Those skin textures are there. Knuckles are creased. You've got some reddening on the top there. One thing that always strikes me about these hands is the actual fingernails. some of the best fingernails I've seen on any hands from any company. And this seems to be a trait of Caustic Plastics. They do amazing fingernails, amongst many other things as well. But yeah, the palms are really well done, and there's some paint applications on there. There's red touch to the underside of the fingers and the palms as well. But yeah, just really, really good. We'll do the flexibility test, and we've got a soft to medium here, which is always great to see. My preferred resistance in a hand, which is great for posing with all these accessories that you see here. So let's grab another one. Yeah, once again, this is a holding hand. I believe this is for holding this accessory, but we'll come to that. And yeah, once again, the same great quality of skin tone paint application. Fingernails are great, sculpt great, paint great. Yeah, it's what we come to expect from Caustic Plastic. Let's have a look at one of these gloved hands. Let's have a look at the pointing finger hand. Yeah, nice sculpt here, nice paint application to imitate that brown leather glove. There's stitch work on the back, creasing the cuff area there. There's seams down the fingers. Yeah, just nice paint applications as well to simulate brown leather, as I say. And these feel a little bit tougher, actually. These are slightly more give, not a vast amount, but slightly more give in the ungloved hands than there is in the gloved hands. But yeah, so yeah, you've got a huge amount of hands to go at there, all very good quality. So we'll put those to one side and swiftly move on, because we could spend all day, you know me and hands, and I could spend all day on those and bore everybody to tears. So what else do you get? Let's take a look at the base. Get the big stuff out the way. Now, people who know Caustic Plastic will know this kind of base, this display base. It's all sculpted plastic. We'll start on the bottom. On the bottom here it says Caustic Plastic. That's sort of stamped into the bottom of the base itself, along with the Action Deluxe figure emblem, infinite statue and designed in Italy. And you've got 4 foam pads on the bottom, which are great to see. Flipping it over, around the side here, it's relatively plain. It's got some, it is a dust magnet this though, but yeah, relatively plain design, but I do like these bases. Caustic Plastic bases, very distinctive, very unique, and obviously magnetic as well. There are magnets in the feet of the figure itself, magnets underneath this section here, so and very sturdy magnets they are too. Owners of Caustic Plastic figures will know the SP on this one. I do like this nameplate on the front. Unfortunately, it's not metal, it's plastic, but it's been painted really, really well to simulate a sort of a bronze effect. And you've got Peter Sellers there in the same lettering from the box, with the two the E and the R there falling off, and the bomb running away. I really, really like this base. Got a sticker on the top to simulate a cobbled street, and just overall very, very nice. And very distinctive and very, very well done. So yeah, let's put that to one side to make some space. What else do you get? Let's take a look at the smaller stuff. Comes with a gun. I haven't revisited any of the films recently, so I can't vouch for the screen accuracy of this, but from memory, it looks pretty screen accurate. The sculpture is really nice. The paint applications are good. There's some weathering on there. There's some silver dry brushing on there to give it that slightly worn and used feel. The safety's got a little red blob on it. There's no sliding cocking action here, no functioning trigger or anything like that, but it does have a removable clip and sculpted bullets inside, which is nice to see. So yeah, that's his weapon of choice. Quite nicely done that is too. Magnifying glass. Where would he be without his magnifying glass, which actually works? I'll say at this point, it does actually work. So what you've got is plastic in the center there, clear plastic, or maybe acrylic, I'm not 100% certain, but the outside of this is all black plastic, and as you will see when we bring the figure out, it does actually magnify as well. So yeah, magnifying glass, one of. The berm, I had to say that. If I keep referring to this as the berm, please forgive me. But yeah, here is the berm, and it's all one piece of plastic, painted black, very, very simple, with this sculpted plastic fuse on the top, with some red and yellow paint on there to simulate the burning effect. Yeah, just really, really nicely done. You can have this sat next to him or in his hand, as you'll see when we go over to the showcase. So yeah, one berm. What else? We'll actually put these to one side because this is part of the swap out outfit that he comes with. We'll take a quick look at these. What you've got here is his ID, his police ID. Now, I'm not sure whether this is actually material or plastic. It's quite difficult to tell. It looks like it's been stitched and not sculpted, which would say material to me, and it looks like there's some sort of man-made material, if I can get this into shot, in that gap there in the crease where it folds. But it's really, really nicely done, and it's got a party piece. You do have these two swap out pieces, which I'm not going to take out of this bag, simply because you know me and my sausage fingers. I am assuming that you can swap these out. I've never tried it myself, and I'm assuming as well that one is his inspector ID, and then one will be his constable, shall we say, ID for when he's busted down to a beat gendarme. But yeah, two different ID pictures which you can swap out, and two different forms of ID as well. So really, really nicely done. As I say, not 100% certain what this is made out of. It feels like it could be possibly leather with some man-made fabric in there as well. If you know, please pop a comment in the comment section below. Fascinated to find out. So yeah, fully swappable ID. Put that to one side. A wristwatch, 6-scale wristwatch, nicely done. All one piece of sculpted plastic. If the camera will focus on this. Yeah, you've got a sculpted in face there, some silver paint on there to simulate the watch face and the band. Yeah, and very nicely done 6-scale watch. Moving on, let's take a look at, we'll take a look at the swap out outfits first of all. Before we get to the head sculpts, we'll take a look at the head sculpts last. Don't normally cover both head sculpts in this section, in the accessories section, but there is sort of a party piece it has to do with the hats, so we'll look at those next. But yeah, this is the swap out outfit you get for his time as a gendarme. So what you get, you don't get any spare swap out trousers because the trousers already on the figure, the suit trousers already on the figure, double as the uniform pants for the gendarme look. But yeah, so this is the jacket, the replaceable jacket, and very, very nicely tailored this is too. The quality of the material here is the first thing that strikes me. I mean, as I say, this figure is not new to me. I've had it for a couple of years since it was released. I haven't as yet in the past 2 years used this swap out gendarme look. I've always had him in the traditional overcoat and hat look, but we may have to venture into swapping out looks for this review. But yeah, as I say, the quality of the material here is really good. Some of the best quality material I've actually felt in clothing on a 1/6 scale figure in a long time. If I get this into shot and the light will pick this up, it's just the quality of the weave there is really nice, but the stitch work is phenomenal. You've got these fantastic badges with an intricate detail, and I think they're plastic. They feel like plastic. They could be metal actually, but they've got snaps on the other side there, so it's a snap closing. The cuffs really well done, really well stitched. The whole thing just smacks of quality, sort of what I'd expect from Caustic Plastic. The lapels are really nice, the collar's well done. It's lined on the inside. It's got this sort of man-made fabric on the inside. Feels like a nylon possibly, and yeah, just overall really well stitched, really nice material. And it has this police badge as well attached to this top pocket here as well, which is just a piece of plastic, but it's been really nicely painted. I'm not sure whether these pockets are functional. I'm gonna. Yes, they are. They're functional. Not going to cast aspersions on Caustic Plastic there. Their attention to detail is truly phenomenal. You know, I'm a bit of a fanboy, but yeah, there you have it. That's the swap out jacket. To go with the swap out jacket, you get the gendarme's hat as well. Now, all one piece of sculpted plastic here. You have got a sort of an iteration of the badge that's on the top pocket of the jacket itself, but slightly different colours there. Where you can see where it's black, it's silver here and blue. But yeah, as I say, all one piece of sculpted plastic. Some nice detailing on there. It's got a flexible brow and a painted detailing brim, and these sort of painted areas on the top there, which are screen accurate. The screen accuracy is absolutely on point and would would expect nothing less from Caustic Plastic, would we? But yeah, the eagle-eyed amongst you will notice that there's a magnet on the inside of this hat, and there's a reason for that, and we'll come to it. You also get a black tie, because as you'll see when we bring the figure out, the tie that he's actually got on when he's wearing the overcoat and suit look, is actually coloured, but this is designed to go with the police uniform when you swap it out. So yeah, and that feels like a cotton material. Yeah, it looks very nicely done, and it looks like they've put a proper knot in that tie, so it's simply a case of actually loosening it and tightening it when you put it on the figure. Yeah, nice to see the attention to detail there. So yep, 1/6 scale black tie. Also for the gendarme look, you get his baton. Where would he be without his baton to twirl? And all one piece of sculpted plastic here. The paintwork is nominal, but it does the trick. It's simply a white baton, but the detailing is good, and it's got this, and I think this might be leather. I'm not 100% certain, but it's got this strap, leather or pleather, not 100% certain, through the top there, which looks like it's been glued. So yeah, there you have the 1/6 scale police baton. So that's all the stuff that goes with the swap out look. Excuse me, I shall cough off camera. Right, let's take a look at the head sculpts. Now this is the really good stuff. I mean, all this stuff's good, but this is what we're here to see. So 2 head sculpts. Now we'll take a look at this one first. Now this is the slightly, shall we say, zany head sculpt. He's got a slightly manic expression on his face with his eyes wide open, looking off to one side. And straight away, I've had this figure, as I say, for about 2 years now, since it was released. This isn't my preferred head sculpt on the figure. I tend to go with the other one, but really I think they're both as good as each other. It's a fixed neck head sculpt going straight into the body itself, as you can see. Paint applications. And lightness. Well, straight away the lightness is there. The lightness is on point for me. They've gone for a specific expression here, and I think they've caught it really, really well. That profile is absolutely on point. They've just gone for capturing a moment, which I think is really, really brave, and they've done it really well. The sculpt is absolutely on point. Is it Peter Sellers? 100%. Paint applications are really good. The skin texturing and tone is very, very well painted. The hair is good. There's a little bit of bleed on that hairline there, which is, but not a vast amount, not enough to throw it off. The moustache is really well done. The lips are very well done. The eyes are the right colour and nice and glassy. And that raised eyebrow just adds to that slightly quizzical, slightly bemused look that he has on his face there. Party piece here is that, as you probably noticed, there is a seam in this hairline here, and this hair piece actually does come off. And it looks like he's picked up a mark there, but there's nothing serious because it's underneath the hair. Obviously, you've got corresponding magnets there. This is designed for actually using either of these 2 hats. Now, it's got a swap-out hat, 2 swap-out hats. There's the gendarme hat that we've already looked at, and then there is this hat as well. So if you're wanting to go for a slightly different look with the hat, because he did wear a variety of hats in the film. This one is probably the one that he's most recognised for, but yeah, you've got the option here as well for this hat, which is more like a trilby. But yeah, it's made out of sculpted plastic. It's textured really well. There's a black band around the side. The paint applications are nice to give it that sort of material look. And it's sort of a nicely done screen accurate brown, and yeah, and you can pop that on his head if you're wanting to use that one, or alternatively, if you're wanting to use this head with the swap out outfit, you can pop that one on as well. Obviously, the reasons for doing that are because with this hairpiece, the hat simply wouldn't fit on. So they've come up with a solution for that. So as you can probably gather, this hat comes off this one as well. But we'll take a look at this head sculpt with the hat on. Now this is my preferred one. This is a little bit more neutral, this one, but to me, this just captures Clouseau perfectly and Peter Sellers perfectly. I think out of the 2, this still remains my favourite. But yeah, the sculpt is of the same high quality as the other head sculpt. The eyes are brilliantly done. The skin texturing is fantastic. The paint applications are great. I think if I had to level any criticism at this, I would say maybe the hair is a little bit soft. We'll bring this hair piece in because obviously you can mix and match here. You can put this hair piece on. You can put the gendarme hat on. You can put the alternate hat on. There really are a huge variety of choices here for the look that you want to go for. But we'll go back to the hairpiece. Yeah, and as I say, probably if I had to level any criticism here, I mean, although the individual hair strands are picked out and the colour is correct, I think maybe just a tad soft, or am I just nitpicking? Yeah, so well, not infinite, but a huge array of looks that you can go for there with that hair solution. So that's all the accessories and the head sculpts that come with the figure. So what we'll do next is we will bring out Inspector Clouseau himself. We'll get him onto the stand, get him onto the turntable, maybe even get him into a pose and have an up-close look at him in detail. Okay, so here he is. It is Inspector Jacques Clouseau himself of the Sûreté. Onto the stand, onto the turntable, and normally I would give first impressions if this was a new figure at this point, but it isn't a new figure. Obviously, I've owned this for a couple of years now since it was first released, but this is probably the first time I've actually had it out of the cabinet, out of the display cabinet for quite some time, and I can give 150th impression. And I really, I can't emphasize enough how much I do love Caustic Plastic. I think the proportions are spot on. The materials they've used are amazing. The head sculpt is phenomenal. Just the overall package, and it's not just the all the quality stuff that's in there, including things like screen accuracy and so on. It's the choice of subject matter as well for me with Caustic Plastic. I'm not going to gush on too much about it because we're here to look at the figure, but it's the where everyone else is churning out endless Star Wars, Marvel, DC. I love the fact not only that they are such high quality, but the subject matter themselves, they're covering the stuff that I really want to see in 6 scale. So yeah, long may they continue. But yeah, let's stop this guy from spinning and take a close-up look at him. Now, what we'll do as well, before we get on to the actual figure itself, we'll just talk a little bit about this base briefly. People who know Caustic Plastic will know how these magnetized base works, but I just want to demonstrate. But before I do that, I'm going to remove the magnifying glass because it's only friction holding that into the hand there, and it does have a tendency to fall off. And I'll remove the berm as well because it's just gravity holding that in his hand. Just to give you an idea of the strength of the magnets in the feet and the strength of the magnets in the base. That, to me, is impressive. I know there have been other companies who've tried to do this and, shall we say, have fallen down, but this is solid. I can shake this and this base is going nowhere. And the fact that it's such a high quality body as well, with such strong ankles, strong knees, strong hips, it means this stand and this figure are going nowhere. You really can give it some shaking this and it will stay absolutely where it is. So yeah, excellent base there as well. So what we'll do is we'll bring him off that base if we can get him off, and it takes a bit to get him off. Okay, so up close, let's take a look at these feet first. First thing that struck me about these feet is the quality of the workmanship that's gone into these, what looks like Oxfords, plain Oxfords. Now, if you're seeing some ankle there, there is a sock effect that just needs pulling down. It does ride up sometimes, but just needs pulling down a little bit, and then you'll get that sock effect in there. But they're pegged straight into the legs themselves. They've got this super sheen, and the quality, I mean, I'm going to talk about quality of plastic here, but the quality of the plastic in these shoes feels very high. It almost feels like leather. Obviously it isn't, but it's got this super gloss finish, which is really nice to see. The soles have been sculpted as well. There's stitch work in there. There's the paint applications on there. 6 scale laces. These aren't plastic. These haven't been sculpted in. Really nice to see for that added touch of authenticity. You move up here and you come to this to the suit itself. Now, like the officers, the police officers' jacket, this is made out of that same really high quality cotton. It's got a lovely feel to it. It feels high end, doesn't feel cheap. There's a weave in there, the same as the jacket as well, which is nice. The 6 scale stitch work, although these are a dust magnet because they're black, well, nearly black. I think they are black actually. But the 6 scale stitch work here is exemplary. It really is. The level of tailoring here is phenomenal. Yeah, really, really nice. They fall really, really well. The material is great. They're screen accurate. Now, I'm not going to take the overcoat off at this point because that's quite a lengthy process, and I'm sure you don't want to see. Oh, there's a thread there. That's going to have to come off. We'll get rid of that. I'm sure you don't want to see an old man futzing trying to get a raincoat off. So we'll take a look at this look, and then we'll cut to overcoat off before we go to the full gendarme look. But yeah, the overcoat itself, really, really nice quality cotton. The stitch work's really nice. The colour looks screen accurate to me. Herein, and I'm going to say it now, and let's get this out of the way, herein lies my only issue with this figure, and that is that this overcoat is too small. It's right up the top, but down here it's not long enough. I've revisited several of the films, and yeah, this is too short. It should be closer to his knees. It was more like a trench coat. This is more sort of a half trench coat. So yeah, probably that's the only thing on this that I can really criticise. I think this is they missed a trick here with the screen accuracy of the overcoat. The colour is absolutely spot on. It is just the length, and it is a little bit too tight as well. But we'll get to that as well. It undoes. It comes apart in exactly the same way as a normal overcoat would, other than the fact that these are snaps down here. The buttons are really, really nice colour sewn in. This belt is a functioning belt. We'll take that off between shots. Let's just straighten these arms out so we can take a look at him properly. Now, something that's also come out of this overcoat, owning it in time, is now these straps on the wrists are Velcro fastenings, and unfortunately, because this is a little bit too tight, this overcoat up top, it just needed to be a little bit longer and a little bit larger. It does tend to come away, this Velcro on the wrist section there, which is unfortunate, and it constantly needs reattaching because it just pulls. You've got a suit and a shirt on underneath here, so yeah, just if the scale ever so slightly scaled this up, this overcoat, and made it longer, as I said, but I'm not going to bang on too much about that. I've already mentioned it. So we've already looked at the head sculpt. Underneath this is the suit. We'll take a look at that. So what we'll do is we'll cut to the overcoat off look. Okay, so overcoat off. I thought we'd just take a quick look at it on the inside as well before we take a look at the overall suit. So yeah, the inside isn't lined, although it does have a flap at the top there, but the stitch work is really nice. There's a few loose threads knocking around, but they're on the inside, so that's fine by me. But yeah, overall, right colour, right style, just too small in my opinion, which is a shame. Yeah, they missed a trick there, unfortunately, which is not like caustic plastic. So yeah, we'll put that to one side, and we'll take a look at the just the straight suited version of him. We'll stop him from spinning and get him to camera so we can get an idea of get him off this stand again. And essentially, all we're looking at here is a continuation of this same material in the pants up through the jacket itself. So yeah, once again, really nice tailoring. You've got functioning pockets here. Now these are actually 6 scale buttons, and to get the figure into the gendarme look, this jacket needs to come off. The new tie needs to go on, and yeah, we'll do that off camera because I think that's going to take a bit of futzing. I think the last thing you want to see is an old man futzing around with 6 scale buttons and swearing a lot. But yeah, the proportions on this jacket are really nice. The stitch work is great. The screen accuracy looks on point to me. We'll take a look at the tie and the shirt when we get the jacket off. Well, actually, no, we won't. We'll take a look at it now, actually, because we're going to put the other jacket on top and the other tie. Once again, this tie is a material tie. This collar probably could do with a bit of futzing because that tie looks to me like it's falling a bit strangely inside. But it's a material tie, once again, with the full tie knot. You've got this sort of black and blue pattern, and it feels like it's a cotton to me. The stitch work on the shirt underneath looks really, really good. Yeah, just overall, I would say that collar probably needs a little bit of futzing around there just to get it a bit more, a bit neater. But on the whole, yeah, very, very good. And what I've done here actually as well is I've gone with the unhatted look. and it's not a look I'm going to ever sport in the display, simply because there is a little bit of a well, it does throw that head sculpt off a little bit with that line around the sides and the back there, that visible line where it joins. But I think, under the circumstances, it was the best option that Caustic Plastic could go with, just so that you could actually interchange these hats without having to make too many. You'd need 4 or 5 heads if you wanted to go for each individual look that way. So probably the best solution for a bad situation. So yeah, head sculpt's great, as we've already commented on. But yeah, this suit is although it needs some futzing, because this is the first time that overcoat's been off. First time I've seen it in all its glory. But yeah, really, really well stitched. Great materials, and the screen accuracy is on point. So what we'll do next is we will cut to him in full gendarmerie outfit. Okay, so here he is. It's CLOUSEAU in full gendarme mode. Relatively easy to swap out the outfits, although I have never had him in this look, and now I've got him in this look. I'm actually thinking it's something I might sport in the display. I really like it. I think it's absolutely on point. The accuracy's there, the tailoring's there. We've already covered that coat itself, that jacket rather. One thing that did come out of actually swapping the jackets out though, and I would offer a word of caution, shall we say, and I've got the jacket here actually. There's a Caustic Plastic video out there which actually advises you when you're replacing the jacket to actually do the buttons up with tweezers, and unfortunately, when you're actually getting the tweezers through these holes here, it's very, very easy to actually catch the cotton that attaches these 6-scale buttons. I'm not a huge fan of 6-scale buttons, I have to admit. I'm a bit lazy and I prefer snaps. And it caught this top button, which is literally hanging by a thread now. So reattaching this jacket might cause that button to fall off. So when I put this jacket back on, I may very well just have to do the bottom 2 buttons. So yeah, exercise caution there if you are removing this jacket and putting it back on. As I say, a bit lazy of me, I know, but I would have preferred to have seen snaps on there, putting sewing in the buttons on this side and then putting snaps on the same way they've done with this this sort of dress uniform jacket that has snaps on it. So why they couldn't do it here as well, I'm not sure. I don't think it would throw the jacket out because it doesn't on this one, but yeah, exercise caution if you're swapping them out. But overall, yeah, absolutely fantastic once the job's been done, and really gives you so many different looks. You can go for just the normal suited look without a hat. You've got the 2 different hats to swap out, so you can interchange those. You can go with this full gendarme look, really, and then you can pose away to your heart's content. So really, the display options here are absolutely excellent. So, final thoughts on this guy before we go over to the showcase. I think the proportions are amazing. The head sculpts are absolutely spot on. This one's a little quirky for me and not one that I tend to go with, but it does add that extra dimension to the character itself. Proportions, bang on. Materials used, absolutely amazing. That magnetic base with the magnetic feet works perfectly, as it does 99.9% of the time with Caustic Plastic figures. The attention to detail is exactly what we've come to expect from KP. Absolutely on point, even down to the tiniest little detail like his ID and the watch and everything else. Just accessories great, materials fantastic, screen accuracy 100%. Apart from a couple of little things one major thing for me is that overcoat. And that's the only, well, it's not the only thing, but that overcoat really to me it isn't screen accurate. It needs to be longer. It needs to be slightly bigger in the upper body as well. It's too tight in the upper body and it's not long enough. Everything else is there. It's completely there. So yeah, a bit of a missed trick there. And as I mentioned before, I would have preferred to seen snaps on this on this jacket rather than buttons, because once a button falls off one of these, it is an utter nightmare to get back on. You really do need somebody who is expert in very, very, very small and close-up stitch work. And that's not me. You all know me. I've got sausage fingers. So yeah, a couple of missed tricks there, which is going to affect the score on this one. I so wanted to give this a 10. I absolutely love this figure. I love having it in the collection. It displays amazingly. I love Clouseau. I love Sellers. And I love Caustic Plastic as well. And I so wanted to give this a 10, but unfortunately, that overcoat and the issue with the snaps there is going to bring it down to a 9, unfortunately, which is a real shame. I have always promised myself looking into getting a custom overcoat for this figure, because I think it really, really deserves it. Really, really deserves it. So yeah, there you have it. It's going to come out with a 9, unfortunately. But you know, everything else about this is absolutely nailed on, and I really, really do love it. I think it's wonderful. So there you have it. That's Inspector Clouseau, aka Peter Sellers, courtesy of Caustic Plastic. What's your take on this figure? Is it something you have in the collection? Is it something you're thinking about getting, you've already got? I'll be fascinated to hear. Pop a comment in the comment section below. What's your take on this figure? Is it something that you consider getting? And what do you think of it? Is it me? Am I scoring this too high? Or am I being unfair in taking a point off for that overcoat? Please let me know. I'd be fascinated to hear. So drop a comment in the comment section below. So as I say, I hope this review's been useful for you. What's coming up on the channel? Well, as always, we have a plethora of stuff coming up in the not too distant future. In the 6-scale world, we have the In-Art Batman that is literally wending its way to us as we speak. So hopefully within the next day or two, the review for that will be going up. We've got Org Toys, Duke Leto, Atreides and Gurney Halleck from the first Dune film. We've got VTS, Cloud Strike. From Final Fantasy VII, the remake, that's on its way to us. Blitzway, Astro Boy version 2 deluxe edition. From Caustic Plastic again, we've got the Horror of Dracula. Really looking forward to those two. That's Christopher Lee and Peter Cushing. A raft of present toy stuff. I'm not even going to go into the list of present toy stuff because it's as long as my arm. And we've got quarter scale stuff. We've got statues coming in. Loads and loads of stuff. So please hit that like button, hit that bell notification icon, hit that subscribe button so you're not missing any of this good stuff that's coming up on the channel. And I suppose all it remains for me to say is, from Inspector Clouseau and from myself, take care of yourselves, happy collecting, and it's over to the showcase.
Ba 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 ba.